Good morning, everyone here in the room, but also everyone joining virtually. I'm really overwhelmed about the high number of participants that are present today. Well, what is my role? My role is framing today's event a bit, and will try my best to do so. And to warm up this morning, I start with the big challenges that we have ahead in the sector. And actually, we're pretty stable with the steel production, about 1,850 million ton. And unfortunately, still emitting around 1.85 ton per ton of steel CO2. We are still, in the industry, the largest industrial emitter of CO2. So a lot of things ahead of us. Well, we see just a little bit of growth rate in the sector till 2050. We're even tending to revisit this figure of 2.2 billion ton in 2050, likely still less than that. But the most important message is we will just make it with a massive amount of electricity. So I will talk following pretty much about the electrification topics ahead of us. And for the industry, it's important also, well, the demand side. If there's no interest in decarbonized steel, it doesn't make sense. Well, happy also to have Volkswagen and others from the demand side here present today. Because it's also a discussion about what is the price level, the benefit, the premium for the decarbonized steel. And well, we forecasted in 2050 there will be a significant share on the demand side required on green steel. Well, the first couple of slides are around the dynamics that affects the metals sector, and well, even they are well known to each of us. Let me summarize on that. Well, we've seen global economic slowdown, no doubt. Unfortunately, also extremely high energy prices in various regions in the world, a high inflation rate, and disruption in the supply chain. We're now facing geopolitical instability, so companies have to revisit their supply chain strategy to de-risk operation. And on the other hand side, especially true for the European steel sector and also the North American steel sector, a significant support from the governments to co-invest, so taxpayers' money, to support projects with large-scale fundings. So just in Europe, we have seen more than 10 billion support for a couple of big players in their transition projects. Well, on the other hand, as said, everyone is heading for low-carbon energy in the market. And we have definitely seen that hydrogen, for the time being, is not the silver bullet to solve the issue. Still, we require hydrogen, but the enthusiasm about green hydrogen, and we base all the projects on green hydrogen, is given away. So it will take longer that we have significant scaling in hydrogen at a reasonable price. Well, what we see as a technology provider is definitely a high demand in new technology and process routes, especially now on the electric arc furnace side, but also on the smelter. I'm coming back to that one again, and direct reduction technologies. So these are the major pathways many of the steel producers intend to follow. And an important issue is, well, all the processes so far have been largely based on fossil fuel. This was a commodity equally priced all over the world. So the new play is, if we electrify, this is a regional priced topic. So meaning there is definitely now a trend to relocate especially the high energy or the energy intensive part of the iron making into region where renewable energy or low carbon energy is available at a lower price. Well, the main topic of today is circular economy, and steel is maybe the best example if we talk about infinite recycling of steel at the end of the life cycle. But we should not only talk about steel scrap, but also we talk about byproducts, and we will do so. So about slags, we have new process routes with different type of slags. We have to qualify the slags again to get them as a high added value product into the industry, like the cement industry, as clinker substitute, and to help other industries to decarbonize, but also dusts and sludges. We see more galvanized steel in the market, ending up in zinc-rich dusts that have to be recovered again. Well, and another important point is material efficiency. I think there is a lot of progress. Less steel per unit in all aspects and products, advanced high-strength steel, but also the electrification requires silicon steel. Electrical steel, grain-oriented, non-grain-oriented. And well, if we talk about now advanced high-strength steel, it does not fit always if we want to recycle more scrap. They come with tramp elements, and we have, I think, good presentations today on this topic, how we can proceed. Digitalization is a key topic because it allows already today, with the growing number of digital assistants all over the value chain, starting from the mining till the finalized steel product, adding day by day another digital assistant, and it brings it closer to autonomous plant operation. And well, the key is with these digital assistants, we improve the efficiency, energy and efficiency, but also the yield of the process and optimize the process, and helps to decarbonize at the end. And last but not least, talking about people. People will be always in the center of this industry. Well, we require new skills for the new processes. There is no experience to operate these new type of technologies that are developed. And what we see also due to the demographic change all over the world, that we have a lack of skilled people also in this industry. Well, let's move about the phases of green steel, and likely you will see this slide multiple times today, but we remain focused on that one. Optimization phase is the first thing, and like with the digital assistance, optimizing existing assets. There's so much potential to decarbonize and optimize our process steps, and that's ongoing and will continue. And I would say this is really a worldwide trend, and we are on track in the industry with that. The other thing is the transition phase, really new ways to produce iron and steel that started. Will just bring a couple of examples, but the main route is now replacing fossil-based blast furnace route with the implementation of electric arc furnaces. And finally, as I said, the green steel phase will likely take a little bit longer than we all had in mind. We will have to wait for hydrogen also. Well, I'd like to show one example, as it is so brand new, and it's really a major project in the steel industry transition, especially for the European sector, is SAS Dillinger, where we have been awarded just about 10 days back with this major milestone in the transition of the steel sector, 2 million ton DRI flex plant based on Midrex technology, plus a powerful ultimate EIF. and comes together, you see 300 MVA transformer, all digitalization packages, really state-of-the-art plant with robots, whatever is available is packed in there. So it's really a huge and an important project. Well, there's 3 pathways we are going to talk today all over. The first one is electrification. As I said, it's not only electric arc furnaces. I will just showcase a few more examples that are super important. The other one is carbon direct avoidance, and that's largely based on the hydrogen ecosystem. So therefore, we have to focus on the electrification first. And last but not least, there's a lot of discussion, but at least we don't know any single project that is close to the final investment decision on carbon capture and storage. Still in other industries, it's moving forward. In the steel sector, it's has still not arrived there. Electrification. Well, electrification goes along with scrap recycling, and we will hear a lot today about scrap recycling. Just to forecast, the good thing is definitely that the availability of scrap will grow faster than we expect the steel capacity in the world is growing. And this reduces the requirement of virgin iron ore-based hot metal production and reducing automatically the carbon footprint. We will talk a lot about the tramp elements and how we process and clean up scrap, which is an important step to arrive at advanced high-strength steel grades or silicon steels. Well, one development that is very much in focus and discussion in the world is the smelter. And the smelter is required if we want to use lower or medium grade iron ores to produce alternative green hot metal coming from a lower quality DRI. I mentioned this example because we have just been awarded 2 days back with the State Innovation Prize here. So very, very proud of our team moving ahead with this development there. What you see here is actually 2.5 million ton that fits to a large mega module of a matrix or direct reduction plant, and then feeds this DRI into the smelter producing hot metal there. Electrification, I take one example, avoidance, and I take this example because in general, electrification of heating processes also on the downstream, because usually we tend to talk a lot about the upstream potential in the decarbonization, but at the same level, there's so much potential in the downstream. So continuous casting and rolling. Also green hot strip mills, electrified heating, and avoidance has proven that we can decarbonize by more than 90% versus the traditional way of steel making via the blast furnace BOF route and the hot rolling. A few more examples. So I mentioned Dillinger, but also here in Linz, in the Steel City, we are proud to collaborate closely with voestalpine and support them with the implementation of the first large EAF here in Linz. Project is on the way, and to mention, it's not only the EAF. In all these projects, they come with a large scope of the eco solutions. So it's about dedusting, it's about sound protection, it's about large waste heat recoveries, improving the energy efficiency. And the same thing, this was the first project in close partnership with Salzgitter on the Salzkos, implementing a large ultimate EAF there. One more example I'd like to present, and you will hear for sure in the afternoon about that, is, well, when we implement large-scale EAFs, this has quite an impact on the power grid. So this is always power on, power off, and we talk about large transformer and power consumers. We have recently developed a breakthrough technology, the active power feeder. That's a medium voltage based solution to improve the power quality and almost arrive at zero backdraw to the power grid, highest power quality. So a key development that is under implementation in Germany at an electric arc furnace. Well, quickly moving to carbon direct avoidance. Well, there the key topic is around direct reduction technologies. And well, it's a pretty busy slide, but if you look to the left side, that's where we're starting from. Fossil-based technologies, the blast furnace, the Corex, whatever. So we have to move to the right. And so far, all the direct reduction plants based on shaft technology were operating with high-grade iron ore. So now we have to assume we see less number of blast furnaces in the future. And blast furnaces are utilizing lower grade iron ores. So there will be an oversupply in lower mid-grade iron ores in the future, while we see definitely an undersupply of high-grade iron ores. Therefore, in the middle, and that's the center now of the message here, we require technologies that can utilize in the future lower grade iron ores and produce direct reduced iron that are then further processed in a smelter technology to produce low carbon hot metal. And I'm talking about more than 80% decarbonization via this route if we compare to the traditional fossil-based blast furnace route. So we are actually targeting, and this is, well, the really breakthrough innovations you see here in the center. We have the Midrex 40 years partnership, everyone knows about that technology. But we are developing HIFO. I'm showing just one slide then that you know where we are and what is the target there. It's a fluidized bed technology that utilizes fines and ultrafine iron ore directly from the mine, avoiding pelletizing technology and fully based on hydrogen, but can run also on reformed gas if hydrogen is not there. And the other one is the Hyrex technology in partnership with POSCO development. Again, cascaded fluidized bed technology, but in this case, utilizing sinter-feed iron ore, so like a gravel type iron ore. And finally, our target is that we have a technology portfolio that can utilize any type of iron ore around the world from any mine and process it and arrive at decarbonized hot metal or steel. Well, briefly talking about the HIFO process. Usually in this industry, the real hurdle is to get a technology in the market. The sector is conservative. It's not like an IT company making this high revenue, so it's conservative. You have to de-risk a technology. HIFO started in 2015 and will take still a couple of years to get it in the market. What you see in the middle is the pilot plant that we have invested at the First Alpine premises in Donawitz that is operating with low to medium grade iron ores, but also high grade iron ores, and was in operation now for 3 years. So we have collected there a lot of database and have now decided, okay, let's go the next step in scaling it up. And on the right-hand side, you see we are proud of, we have received the Federal Innovation Award, the highest award in Austria on innovation in November last year, where we are really proud of. That's the next stage, scaling up from this pilot that is still there in Donawitz, going to a continuously operated plant that produces either high quality HBI or it comes with a smelter. The smelter is in the red building, producing decarbonized hot metal there. So it starts from the iron ore supply with drying, grinding, continuously operating, and extremely flexible plant. So this is engineered, and hopefully we're arriving soon at the FID. Again, I'd like to mention here first Alpine. So we on this technology we are partnering and really working on a level of ice, I would say, with first Alpine. Timeline on all these technologies: HY4, HyREX, the smelter. We intend to be operational, hopefully end of 2026, maybe beginning of 2027, to de-risk, and from there then to upscale and to commercialize technologies from this point onwards. A couple of more examples. If we talk about hydrogen, I want to mention one of the few and rare projects that are really based on hydrogen, green hydrogen, is Gravity. So it's the second pillar here. It's a new player with strategic investors in Fos-sur-Mer in France. They intend to produce 2 million tons of green HBI. It comes together with a 700 megawatt electrolyzer. So while the FEL 2 engineering is ongoing, there's still no FID decision, but it's on a good way. And the other example is Blaster. There was a press release just recently. They have selected us as a technology provider and partner to develop a 2.5 million ton high-end steel mill working based on hydrogen, including pelletizing plant, DRI plant, and the complete steel mill, also with continuous casting and rolling based on AVD ESP. On the right-hand side, this is something really for hardcore technicians. Yeah? The Takasago Hydrogen Park. It's from our parent company, MHI, but everyone has a chance to be in Japan. Let me know, we organize a visit. It's a playground for the hydrogen economy. It has installed industrial scale electrolyzer technologies based on multiple technologies. It will add now also a natural gas pyrolysis plant. So there will be definitely different coloring systems on the hydrogen, compressor, storage of hydrogen, but then also co-firing of the hydrogen in gas turbine and a 100% hydrogen-based gas turbine. So the complete ecosystem at large scale, really, really interesting. Last but not least, the pillar of carbon capture, storage, and utilization. And also there, we're more than happy that we can utilize the KM-CDR technology. It's a amine-based absorber technology that is well established in the industry, mainly in the power sector industry, with multiple large-scale references to capture large volumes of CO2, pure CO2 with compression then. So we have deeply investigated in where it does make sense in the steel sector to apply these technologies. And finally, we focus on blast furnaces, but even more on direct reduction. So we have investigated implementing this technology into the Midrex process. We have investigated also the CAPEX, the OPEX, the integration on the heat system, so the steam system at the end for the heating. And we know what to be done. But as said, it's still in an early stage for this sector. Two examples. One is we just have finished in a partnership with ArcelorMittal and based on LanzaTech technology, the Steel-Anol project. Well, this was a long, breathtaking endeavor, but finally it's up and running. And it utilizes blast furnace top gas and convert the carbon-rich waste gases there into bioethanol that is used now for the sustainable aviation fuel, but also other chemicals. So it's up and running and impressive to see. And the other one is we installed at the same location together with our parent company this carbon capture technology as a pilot at one of the blast furnaces in Ghent. Also this one is up and running, and we are collecting data simply to de-risk degradation of the solvent and so on. So let me summarize at this point. So there are four main developments we see in the sector. The first one is on raw materials, and we will follow up today definitely on scrap availability, scrap quality, and what it means for this industry. And the other one is also the iron ore mining companies desperately look for alternative technologies, how they can process their lower grade iron ores in the future. This is a big concern for them. Well, the biggest concern is on the energy side, definitely. So it's always a kind of chicken egg, and usually we do finger pointing from each side, but there's no doubt that we require large power capacity to decarbonize. We see too high prices in many regions in the world, and this drives likely a relocation, as I mentioned before, into regions where the power is available at reasonable prices. Well, what we've seen also over the past 12 months, I would say, there's less concern about nuclear power. More and more countries are focusing on low carbon power coming from nuclear, and the hydrogen enthusiasm has a little bit given away over the past 12 months. Carbon capture, there's still in this industry some skepticism, but this is moving away. So even now the European Commission talks openly, and they have also in the report of Mr. Draghi the option to go into carbon capture, and I believe we have to remain technology agnostic. And last but not least, a phenomena we clearly see, new players in the sector we have never seen that are entering the playground. Just naming a few of them: Stegra, so which was H2 Green Steel before, Hydnum, Blaster, Gravity, Brazil Iron, Green Iron, CWB Global in Mauritania, and so on. So there's a long list. They have never produced iron or steel and are keen to invest into these projects. And the other side is that we see that energy developers become more and more interested into direct reduction facilities. They have recognized that it's likely the easiest way to ship energy in form of HBI instead of shipping hydrogen or ammonia. So we will see over the next 12 months how this is going to develop. And this brings me to the end of this speech, and happy to take any question if the time allows. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexander, for this very interesting presentation, sharing so many technologies which are obviously necessary to master the green transition for steel industry. So maybe we can have the questions from our audience. I think we have at least time for one or two. Maybe, Alexander, you may pick one of these you would like to answer.
Yeah, start with the first one on the smelter. Is the smelter available? Yeah, that's again an interesting question. Yeah, we see ThyssenKrupp has decided to install a large-scale industrial smelter. I think that still the concern about the technology, that not all the answers are there, is growing. So far, it's the only project that is proceeding. I can just clearly say, well, what is our strategy? We believe that the right way is to de-risk a technology before to scale it at that level. Therefore, we have invested and go into 2 demo projects, and taking it from there, I think we are ready to commercialize it. Yeah.
Super. Maybe the second one.
How important is automation with regards to the green transition? Extremely important, as I said. So the automation has such a strong potential to decarbonize in all the fields, as I said, and we require it. As mentioned, we have a lack of skilled people. We have to go stepwise towards this autonomous plant operation, and this requires highest level of automation, digitalization, and utilization of AI. We have always to be aware about the risk that comes with AI utilization. Anyhow, there is no way out. This has such a large potential.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Alexander, again for your presentation. Your applause.